listen to the melody. Cause we need each and every one of you to go along with the song. You ready? Sing it with me.
One-timer gets deflected. Shot from Shakir with a kick save. Wow, what a save with the tap. Okay, welcome Raider fans. We're at the Scott Seaman today for the first game of a best-of-3 series with the Lloyd Steelers. Just a little history on these two teams. The Raiders and Lloyd Steelers have played 6 times this year. The Raiders have won in regulation 3 of those times, won in overtime 2 of those times, and the Steelers have won in regulation 1 of those times. Steelers are 10-16-4. Top scorers for the Steelers all year long. Jaden Morden with 17 points. Jade Sandberg with 14 points. We believe that Molly Mitchell is in net tonight. She has a 2.06 goals against average and a .94% save percentage. Raiders 17-9-4 on the year. Sydney Banco and Kaya Berbandi both tied with 22 points on the year. And Ali Kieran, we believe, is starting in net with a 1.62 goals against average and a .94% save percentage. Just the way the league shook down, St. Albert obviously finished in first place with 75 points. Edmonton 56 points in second. Here Rocky Raiders with 50 points. The Calgary Fire with 42 points. The Lloyd Steelers with 30. And the Red Deer Chiefs with 17. So the way it works out with playoffs is with a 6-team league, the number 1 seed, which would be St. Albert, would get a bye to provincials. And the number 4 team, Calgary Fire, they're the host team, so they also get a bye. So that basically puts number 2 playing number 6, which would be Edmonton and Red Deer. That series started last night. The Pandas take a 2-1 lead against the Red Deer Chiefs to take the series 1. And the Rocky Mountain Raiders and the Lloyd Steelers. So 3rd place versus 5th place. And obviously this is the first game. So it's always these two teams are very similar. Both bigger teams, both play a heavy style. It's going to be interesting to see how this lines up tonight. Every game we've played the Steelers this year has always been a pretty physical game. This referee that we have is a typical referee for us, and she likes to call penalties, so I believe she might be busy tonight, or maybe she'll let them play. I'm not 100% sure.
It's a playoff game, so hopefully she's going to let both teams get their games going, and if both are playing the physical play that they like to, maybe she'll start letting it go a little bit. Where we've been in trouble with her is against a light team like Edmonton, where they fall over because they're just 30 pounds lighter.
Yeah, Lloyd is a big, strong team, much like us, so hopefully we just get a good game and she calls it fair. I mean, she's never called it unfair for us. I don't certainly want to say that, but we've been busy killing penalties, and Lloyd, they typically use their top 5. We've got Craig, Morden, Sandberg, Spence is on D. I can't recall the other defenseman, but typically
Spence and Scott.
There you go. Are typically out in a 5-man unit on the power play, or they have been historically. With the last few times we played them, the last time we played, I guess, would have been about 3 or 4 weeks ago. We went up to Lloyd. We had 5 girls out, 6 maybe. I think 6. Yeah, because we had 5, both of our goalies out, and then we had McKenna Welby out on an injury. So 6 players. So definitely a different squad tonight for the Raiders.
And we won that game, too, 3-2. So,
yeah, the Raiders played a good game. You know what? Actually, both teams, I seem to remember, I think Misty Ray was in net that game, and she played a phenomenal game for the Steelers. And, it was an interesting game for us to watch with that many players out, just to see some other girls step up. So we'll see what we get tonight.
Be interesting to see if Coach Dustin has instilled a mentality to stay out of the box and be disciplined today. I think that could be the key. Is you don't want to let this power play have free reign. Even though we've been dynamite on the penalty kill this year, they will burn you.
I definitely know that he'll probably want them to play their game. Coach Berbandi definitely liked, and he built this team from day one to be a pretty fast, big, heavy team. It doesn't take a lot of. They stand up for each other, and that's always good to see. I don't see that changing a ton. But we'll see, I guess. I think it'll just be a typical normal day for the Raiders. Girls are just talking at their nets now. We'll probably get going shortly here. I'm also the announcer, so I'm going to switch over to my other duty here for a little bit in a few seconds, and Peter can talk for a little bit. We'll have some O Canada, and then we'll get going.
Both teams just getting ready, getting the pucks all packed up, and then we're going to get ready for game time.
I always get a kick out of when the girls wait for each other. Sometimes it's a little bit of a chess match. Who's going to do their cheer first?
Raiders waiting for the Steelers to cheer first, obviously, tonight. Raiders getting ready to go.
Welcome to the Scott Seaman Arena. Today your Rocky Raiders take on the Lloyd Steelers in the first game of a best-of-3 playoff series.
Get ready for O Canada here.
Please stand if you can. Remove your hats for the playing of O Canada. Well, Canada has been sung, and the girls are just putting their helmets back immediately. I see a big change on the blue line coming for the first shift. We have Isabel Pedamshand out with Banco and Kaya Burbandy, which is something we haven't seen too often. We have Jocelyn Elliott and Sydney Trotter on D.
Again, Kieran in net for the Raiders. Mitchell in net for the Steelers. Comes into the neutral ice zone, goes over Gilby's stick, and it comes back to the line. Into the middle of the ice. Banco now one-on-one. Banco comes in, makes a nice move, shoots it into the corner. Welby in on the forecheck, throws it back towards the net and goes back in behind the net. Croson in on the forecheck now. Raiders changing up their D. Williams couldn't gather up that loose puck, and she's going to go back to gather it in her own zone. Over to Borbandy. Borbandy surveys, gets a pass up to Croson. Croson chips it up. Welby has it right below us. Comes back to the line, and Kieran's going to go out and settle that down for Borbandy. Leaves it behind the net. Rimmed around, hits Welby and goes up and out of the zone. And the Steelers get it to Craig. Craig right in. First shot on goal. Kieran bobbles the rebound. Raiders steer it clear of danger, and back skates Welby. Welby gets into the zone. She's got Wiltshire with her. Wiltshire now in on the forecheck. Wiltshire couldn't gather up that loose puck. Scurfield pinches in. Scurfield on the half boards, getting help there by Wiltshire. Klusen out there backing her up, goes back behind the net. Hobbs now in on the forecheck. Hobbs throws it back in behind the net and goes back in on the forecheck. She's going to go gather up that loose puck. Holds it there. She's got some help with Williams, or Clouston. Matthews in front of the net, right out in front. Two girls battling for that puck, couldn't find the loose puck. Back to line for Scurfield. Throws it back in behind the net. Clouston gathers up the puck. Goes into the far corner, and pinching down is Trotter. Trotter keeps it in, or actually that's Santos that keeps it in. Doing a good job. Scurfield has it. She chips it into the corner, dumps her man, and now Spence has it for the Steelers. Great shift here by the Raiders, keeping the pressure in the zone. McKibben has it. She throws one towards the net. Gloved and bobbled a little bit, but gloved again with 17:52. The Raiders and the Steelers each have a shot on goal.
Well, great start for the Raiders. Been a pretty physical game already. Jade Morton comes out immediately. It starts throwing body, which we know she does, but the Raiders push right back, and most of the play has been in front of Holly Barrett. So a great start for all four lines of the Raiders.
Molly Mitchell, actually, not Holly Barrett. Wrong game. Raiders get control off the draw and have it on the half boards. Can't see down the line here. Battling hard, though. It looks like Asha Cayley in there alongside McKibben and Croson. Puck finally gets a little bit free. Goes back in behind the net. Ingram there alongside Cayley. Puck comes free. Cayley throws one into the far corner. Now McKibben in on the forecheck. She can't get it, but it's going to be kept in. That's going to be too many men as Cayley couldn't get off the ice and Pettimshan played it. So the Steelers are going to have the first power play of the game. Too many men on the ice as Cayley was the one who didn't get off the ice quick enough as Pettimshan touched that puck early.
And as I mentioned earlier, out comes Morden, Sandberg, Craig, Spence, and Scott. So exactly what we talked about. Raiders penalty served by number 23, Asha Cayley. Too many men.
Steelers shot, whistles wide. Comes back to the point for Spence. Spence gathers it up the line. She's bothered there by Benko. Comes across. Borbandy out there alongside Benko. That one's rifled into the corner. Borbandy in there alongside Genesee Williams. Comes right into the slot. Kieran's going to scoop that up easily. Craig looking for any rebound. Goes and bothers the keeper. Kieran steers her away.
Well, it's a little bit of a shaky start for the Raider penalty kill. Just couldn't jump on some pucks, but Ali Kieran stops that quickly with Haley Craig right in the crease there. So out comes Clouston and Matthews along Scurfield and Santos.
Comes back to the line. Shot through traffic. Kieran makes a save. She didn't see that. That was right through traffic. A good shot. Spence keeps it at the line. This is exactly what they're trying to do, is get traffic in front. Another shot. Kieran with the big save there off the paddle. Comes back to the line. And now that's going to be a penalty coming up. Head contact on Sandberg.
Both of them.
They're taking both of them. Sandberg on the head contact. Scurfield with the cross check. So the Raiders are going to take 2 extra minutes on the head contact. She likes her 4-minute head contact penalties, this official.
What was the other one? Sorry for
cross-checking.
Cross-checking.
Sandberg for cross-checking for 2 minutes. So they're going to figure out the penalties here, but the Raiders are going to have an extended period of penalty killing to do here. Borbandy not happy with the call. He's wondering what the call is. So an opportunity here with an extra little extended power play for we got an extra man in the box. This might be a 5-on-3. Or is it a 5-on-4?
I'm not quite sure. Coincidental for the first.
So there should be a 4-minute penalty. So
no.
Is she going to serve the last 2 minutes, or
no,
how are they working this? It is going to be a
5-on-3.
5-on-3 now for 1:16. Wow. Raiders with a long 5-on-3 to kill here. Pettimshan out to take the draw. Trotter and Elliott out. Duriez out to take the draw for the Steelers. Ref going over to make sure the scorekeeper and the box folks have it all figured out. Yes, 22, yeah. So Sandberg got 2 minutes for a cross check. Scurfield 4 minutes for the head contact, and that's going to lead to a 5-on-3 for, let's see, 1:16 less 2 minutes. They've got the penalties on the wrong side, so that's what the confusion is here. Again, volunteers in the penalty box. No one's a professional, and these are always the complex times that get going right away.
It's a tough one to start out for the Raiders here, and essentially now look at the top 5 of the Steelers are getting a nice rest out there as well. So this is a dangerous 1:16, I guess, for the Raiders, hopefully we can kill this off. We have been pretty good with the 5-on-3s this year, but this
Playoffs
is a pretty dangerous 5. Actually, they've switched Davidson, I guess. Davidson is now actually, I think, a full different line out there, actually, now that I look at it.
Yeah, no, it's a
Juria's out
complete
there.
different line. So they're going to come back and have the back half of this power play be the 5 minutes. So 1:16 to go in the 5-on-3. 2 minutes to go in the penalty.
Still struggling with the clock here.
Yeah.
She's only got 2 minutes now.
Well, because we put an extra in the box.
Oh, yeah.
Penham Shan with the win on the draw. Comes back on the half boards, and Duriez gathers it up. She goes back behind the net. Pushed off the puck by Elliott, but Steelers control it. Pass fanned on. It goes back in the corner. Elliott trying to push that puck back behind the net and does so. 56 seconds to go on the 5-on-3. Right out in front, chipped into the far corner. The Raiders are going to get there first. There's a penalty coming up, and that's going to do it for the 5-on-3 as there's a hook on Trotter, and Pollard, it looks like, is going to go to the box. Or no.
Lucky break for the Raiders.
No, number 21's going to the box here for
lucky break for the Raiders.
2 minutes.
Thing back up.
So number 21 goes to the box for 2 minutes for a hook. And now we're going to play 4-on-3 here for 47 seconds, followed by 1:31 last 47 seconds of 4-on-4. And then we're going to go back to a power play for about 29 seconds for the Raiders at the end of this. Cluson out to take the draw. Cluson wins the draw, but Craig gathers it up for the Steelers and skates to center. She's there against Williams. Williams pushes her up, and Borbandy goes back, and she's going to rifle that around the boards. Scott pinches in. She has it down in the corner, goes out to Morden. Morden looking for a lane to shoot. Finds one. Kieran finds the puck and no rebound. I don't know how she saw that shot, much less covered up any rebound, but a good job by the goaltender.
Well, great job by Allie Kieran seeing that puck, or maybe just being in the right position, really, most likely, but great job on Kieran to make that save and save the Raiders.
Craig getting kicked out of the circle as Morden was in about 6 feet in before the puck was dropped. Spence comes in to take the draw. Rare defenseman draw. Raiders get control of it. And again, wow, no penalty on that one as Trotter got absolutely murdered in the corner. Scott gets it back at the line. She's going to throw a shot through. Kieran finds that one too. Again, getting the eyes through traffic and finding it with her glove. 16 seconds to go on the penalty to Kaylee, and she'll be out for the too many men on the ice penalty. So 15:34. The scorekeeper's been busy already. Morden gets it, and she comes back to the point for Spence. Spence goes over. One-time shot. Blocked out in front. Comes back to the line again. Blocked
Good
there
block
by the captain, Borbandy, and Spence has it. Spence being bothered by Borbandy. Borbandy forces it back to the line for Scott. Scott gets it to Morden. Morden shot by Spence. That was a wide open look. Just didn't get all of it. And the Raiders get it all the way down the ice. And that's going to do it for the penalty. But that's icing on the Raiders as Kaylee had come out of the box before they released the puck.
Well, it gives the Raiders a chance to get the line matchups that they want. I should mention the Raiders have last change as the home team for the first 2 games. The Steelers would have home change or last change for the 3rd game if there was a 3rd game needed.
Cluson didn't take the draw versus Duriez. Scramble draw. The Raiders get control of it. Ingram with a great second effort gets it out into the neutralized zone. Davidson. Cross. Back to Davidson. She hops over her sticks, and she puts a long stretch pass, hits Elliott. Elliott throws it up. Hit Cluson right in her pants. Yeah. Tried to get it in, couldn't do so, and finally the Raiders get it in. 10 seconds left in the penalty to Scurfield, and she'll come out. Kieran scoops that one up. She leaves it there and puts it behind the net for Borbandy. Borbandy circles that for Elliott. Elliott couldn't find the handle on that one, and she has it up and puts it up the boards for Welby. Out of the box is Matthews. Matthews searching for that loose puck. Can't find it. Patterson bothering Elliott. And Borbandy gathers up the loose puck. She chips it free, and the Raiders now skate it out. Wilcher, way offside was everybody, and now she enters the zone. Chips it in deep. Can't get it by the captain, Spence. Goes into the corner, and Welby now in on it. Teams are back to even strength. So no damage on any power plays. Just the clock was busy. And now with 13:55, we're back to 5-on-5 action. Raiders doing some pressure in the zone. Comes back to Santos at the line. She throws it into the corner. Back behind the net. Benko almost grabbed that loose puck. Comes into the neutralized zone. And Santos gathers it up. She hits it up to Benko. Benko makes a nice move. Has some room. Right over, right in front. Santos with a good chance. Pettem Shan throws it back out in front. Can't find anyone. As Borbandi was late coming in. And that one's going to go the length of the ice. And that could be icing, and it will be. As Williams fell awkwardly there. Great chance for Santos.
A little bit of confusion there from the benches. The Steelers bench yelling for the player to come out. It was coincidental. Now there's still some confusion with the referee. We still have Krista Scurfield in the box, but
she's got a server pull 4, right?
Yep.
So she's got another 20 seconds to go.
The Steelers coaches were just confused because the other girl couldn't come out because it was a coincidental.
Benko comes in to take the draw for Borbandi. Borbandi comes back onto the ringette line. Benko scrambled the draw, comes free, but Borbandi goes and gets the puck back, throws it out in front, no one there, and Scott has it. She throws that one up the middle, and Pollard now with a little bit of a break. Elliott trying to track back. Shot, scores! 5-hole on Kieran. With that, a little frustrating there is that long pass went through and the back defenseman didn't get back in time. Breakaway goal for Pollard, goes 5-hole on Kieran, and it's 1-0 in favor of the I got that one. Scott with the assist, Pollard with the goal. So 13-10 this time of that goal. Raiders now in a 1-0 hole. McKibben in to take the draw. She wins that one cleanly. And the Raiders chip it down the ice, and that's going to be icing.
Score on the goal was 20 and the assist 7 to the Steelers. Unfortunately,
number 7 on the Steelers got the assist. Their
yeah, I just
captain.
don't have a
Raiders win that draw. Borbandi has it behind the net. Borbandi puts it up the boards. Has Ingram. Ingram chips it up. Borbandi in ahead of the play, though, and that's going to be offside. 12:54 to go. 1-0 in favor of. Shots are 3-1. I've got it about 5-3, so not quite sure who's counting in the box. Now they have it at 5-1 in favor of the Steelers, so that's a little bit better, but I think the Raiders have a few more shots than one. Comes into the thing. Matthews gathers it up. She's got some speed. Hits Klusen. Klusen now in the zone. Has Hobbs driving for the net. Just couldn't get the pass to her. Puts it back in the corner. Klusen now in on the forecheck. Alongside Matthews. Matthews goes. Forces the play backwards. Now Klusen onto it. Comes to the line. Couldn't be kept in by Trotter, and Trotter goes D-to-D. Santos gathers up that puck. Chips it out.
Steelers' first goal scored by number 20.
And that comes back to the Steelers line, and they gather it up, chip it into the zone. Morden now gathers that puck up. Comes right out in front. Welby gathers up the loose puck, chips it up, and that's going to be icing on the Raiders.
But back of the net just the same, and the Steelers are now up by 1.
They all count on the scoreboard, unfortunately. Raiders trying to get the draw. Comes right out in front, off the side of the net, back behind the net. Coming to the side of that, Kieran right there. Couple of late whacks by the Steelers. Kieran didn't like that. Neither did Elliott, and the Raiders will have a face-off in their own zone. Good job by Kieran to go seal that far post. She lost track of it as it went off the side of the net. Morden out there alongside Sandberg. Raiders scramble the draw, but the Steelers come away with it. Back behind the net. Borbandi goes back. She chips it up. Borbandi free, and Benko skates it up. Benko throws a long pass, and there's Pettem Shan with a chance. Oh, that was a great shot right back out in front, and the goaltender gathers up that loose puck. Good play by an area pass there by Benko, sprung Pettem Shan.
Well, a great job by Pettem Shan to put the Jets on and get to that one. Actually, I didn't think she was going to get there, but the first bounce the puck took kind of slowed it down, and she was able to get there and get a shot on Molly Mitchell. And great job.
Benko scrambles the draw, comes back. Santos has it in her feet, but she gets it forward, throws it to the captain. The captain fighting in the corner, can't get it through the Steelers, and they rim it around the boards. Skurfield out of the box, keeps it back in, down in deep. Oh, Boorbandy with a great chance. Comes right out in front, just missed the stick of Pettam Shand, and a great job by Benko to keep that in. Comes back to Skurfield back in her own zone. She's under pressure, turns away from it, and she now has some time. In her feet, back comes McKibben. She's going to settle that puck down. Good job by McKibben to come back and help out her defenseman. That one right off the post. Kaylee chips that down the ice, and that should be icing on the Raiders. 10:49 to go here in the first period. 1-0 in favor of the Steelers.
Well, the Raiders just look like they're gripping their sticks a little bit. They got set back on their heels there. We came out with most of the pressure, and then a couple of penalty kills, and then the Steelers getting one, and now we're kind of a little bit back on our heels. We just got to settle things down and play our game.
Draw. It's in her feet. Duriez comes away with it and gets it back to Davidson. She throws one, but a good block by Kaylee, and Ingram gathers up the puck. She's absolutely hammered in the boards, and that's going to be 2 minutes, and that might be 4. Body checking, 2 minutes.
Body check.
That looked like it hit her right in the head.
Oh.
19 going to the box for the Steelers. 2 minutes for body checking. Jason and I like to call it body contact.
Yeah, this referee, we have a little bit of fun with her.
Klusen out to take the draw. Klusen wins that one. Hobbs has it. Gets
Steelers
it free for
penalty to
Matthews.
number 19,
Matthews back to the
Corey
point for
Patterson.
Trotter.
2
Trotter
minutes
looking for a
body
lane.
checking.
Trotter skates in, puts it
Patterson
down.
for body check.
Hobbs has it back to Elliott. Elliott over to Trotter. Trotter one time. Oh, 2 chances at the tip. Neither of them could get a hold of it, and it's in the feet. Good job there by Klusen to poke that puck free. And the Raiders look like they're going to gather it up at the line. Elliott has it over to Trotter. Trotter surveying the action. Traffic in front. Puts a pass, unfortunately, in the feet of Hobbs. Back to Trotter. Trotter looking for a lane. Puts it down to Hobbs. Hobbs had a nice lane, but Elliott was a little late getting to the seam. She now comes through, throws a shot through traffic. Whistle just up over top. A really hard shot there from Elliott. Elliott with another one. That one just gets touched by the glove, and Steelers managed to get it all the way down the ice. Kieran out to set it up for a defenseman. She leaves it there for Elliott. Elliott surveys the action with 9:37 to go. 1 minute exactly in the penalty. Chipped up there by Benko as that pass is just a little out of her reach, and it comes right back to the line into the feet of Santos. Santos and Boorbandy having some trouble there, and it comes back in. Scott with a shot that goes up into the netting, and that's going to be a face-off coming up deep in the Raiders zone. A little confusion there on the Raiders side.
Raiders definitely need to get a little bit smarter in their own end tonight. We're seeming to try to do a bunch of pretty plays. It's happened a couple of times tonight, not just on that last shift. I think just make those hard, strong passes or find lanes.
Pettam Shand gathers the puck up, puts it up. 2-on-1 coming here. Benko and Boorbandy, 2-on-1. Benko in, puts it to Boorbandy. Boorbandy, oh, great check from behind by Scott. And a cross-check there, missed by the referee. Scott cross-checked Boorbandy, and it took out Benko right into the boards. Raiders get it set up. Boorbandy back to Santos. Santos to Boorbandy. Boorbandy throws one through traffic, and the goaltender finds it with a screen in front provided by Pettam Shand. Looking for that tip.
Well, the one thing I'd like to see a little bit more out of the Raider D is just keep those shots just a little bit lower. They're so hard to deal with when they're up over your waist, even close to your armpits. And even if you did get a piece of one, it's could be maybe even a high stick into the net. So it was foot off the ground or less, and pucks will go off shin pads, go off a whole bunch of things. So just
Duriez hopped off
late change for the Steelers. The referee's just fixing that.
So Duriez has to come back out. She had been out for about 45 seconds. So see if the Raiders can take some advantage here. Welby has it in her feet. She kicks it free. Oh, Crewson almost found it. She got dumped from behind. Kept in at the line by Williams. Williams pass across. That's going to do it for the power play with 5 seconds to go. The Raiders with one last chance on it. Comes into the corner. Scott.
Penalty coming up again to the Steelers.
Comes back to the line, but comes out. And is there a penalty coming up?
Yeah, Steelers got one there.
Steelers get another penalty.
A little bit from behind.
Yeah, that was a check from behind. So Body check again.
Body check again. Number
Now
4.
That's number 4, Mann, going to the box.
Olivia Mann.
So the Raiders, 2 shots on that last power play, and now get another opportunity. So it's been a little bit of a parade to the penalty box here in the first period. Special teams getting a workout. Comes up to the line. Trotter tried to keep it in. Couldn't do so. Raiders gathered up in the neutralized zone. Elliott to McKibben. McKibben cross ice. Not able to get it into the zone. 1:28 to go in this power play. Trotter gets it in deep. Molly Mitchell out to play it. Leaves it there for, right out in front. Trotter just couldn't get to it. Now Abby Borbandi throws one towards the front of the net. That one's blocked. Comes back down the line. Trotter going for a change. Raiders trying to fish that puck free. Looks like we got Matthews in there alongside Clouston and Hobbs. Clouston comes away with a loose puck, gets it back to the line. Big shot from Borbandi right on net. Molly Mitchell with the save. It was in between her feet.
Well, a good shot from the point from Abby Borbandi. Unfortunately, the Raiders had no screen, and the Steelers weren't standing there. Mitchell saw it the whole way and made an easy save, but that's a good start to the power play for the Raiders.
Shots now 6-6, 1-0 for the Steelers. Matthews pushed off the puck. Clouston now in on the forecheck. She pushes her man into the boards, pokes that puck free. Borbandi tried to get the puck loose, did so, but it came right to a Steeler and goes right down the ice. Kieran's going to leave that one back behind the net for Santos. Santos, good job to fight off Duriez. Duriez now on the back check. Chipped up. Benko has it. She chips it forward and hits Borbandi. Benko's still on the puck, but Borbandi has it. She's going to circle. She hits Trotter. Trotter throws one through, and that one's right out in front. Petam Shan with a screen. Couldn't get a hold of a tip. Another good save by Mitchell. 4 shots so far here on this power play by my recollection, but only 2 up on the board.
Good job by Kyra Borbandi just inside of the blue line to gain control of that loose puck. Have the sense to get it back to Trotter. Trotter over to Petam Shan and kind of had a scoring opportunity there.
Raiders get control off the draw. Petam Shan goes to Borbandi. Borbandi now surveys the action. She has it on the half boards. She's got Elliott. Borbandi right back to Elliott. Elliott with some time, space, throws it through traffic, deflected just wide. Trotter to Borbandi. Borbandi on the half boards, gets to the line, and now it's a 2-on-1 coming back the other way with Morden. Morden to Mann. Mann throws one wide, and that goes in behind the net. Morden on it. Raiders skated out. Pass goes into Steelers, and they come back the other direction, but a good back check there. And Croson gets it to Benko. Benko to the line, gets it up and chips it up, and she's got Welby. Welby in with Croson, pinched off the puck, and the Steelers control it back behind their own net. Out of the reach of Scott, Santos has it. She puts it into Croson on the half boards. Croson with a nice move, puts it back behind the net for Welby. Welby reverses it to Croson, gets some good work behind the net by this line. Has somebody out front, just can't get the pass through. Reverses it. Croson has it, throws it out in front. Duriez gathers that up, and she rifles that down the ice, and that should be icing. And the Raiders get an offensive zone face-off with 5:34 to go here in the first period.
Well, I definitely see in games like this, there's lots of stuff going on behind the play. The referee's got her workout out for watching the start of the play and the finish, and I think this league's getting to the point where it's a 4-man system. It's just there's a lot of stuff going behind the play tonight. 2 big, strong teams. The referee's going to have her workout out for her.
Steelers with the draw. They get it on the half boards. Good job to not do anything on there, and the good job by Santos to poke that puck free from a couple of streaking Steeler players. Still in the feet. Raiders come away with a loose puck. Ingram has some room, gets it into the center ice, and McKibben chips it in. She's going to go chase. She gets by Davidson and has it in the corner. Pokes it free and has Kaylee. Kaylee working versus 2 men. Mann comes away with it. Now Matthews out there alongside McKibben. McKibben chasing Mann back the other direction. And out it comes. Steelers dump it in deep. Gorgensen dumped it in, and Borbandi gathers up the loose puck for the Raiders. A long stretch pass hits Clouston. Clouston has Hobbs with her. Hobbs waiting for the net. A good shot by Clouston. Almost caught the goalie.
Loose puck. They blew that a little bit quick, but
Yeah.
Molly Mitchell stops that one. Clouston really had nothing, so she went up high on her. A little bit of a rebound, but she gobbled it up pretty quick. So Clouston, Matthews, Claire Hobbs line has been playing together for a little bit. They've had some success.
Scramble draw, Raiders control it. Hobbs has it on the half board. She throws it back behind the net and goes to grab it. She's checked from behind. Wow. That one's normally a call all day, every day when you check someone from behind like that, but ref says play on. That one's chipped through. 2-on-1. Morden's offside. That's way offside. Wow. Comes out into the neutralized zone. Duriez went to play it. That could have been too many men there too, but comes back up. Patterson chips it into the zone. Couldn't get it by Pedam Shan. Pedam Shan chips it in. Oh, Benko is hurt. She gets up, though. That was a big collision. Benko calling for that puck, gets it. Benko comes in, makes a nice move by Scott. Benko looking out front. Craig picks up the loose puck, though, as Benko is lurking. Oh, great play by Borbandi to read that outlet pass. Benko was wide open on the far post, just couldn't get it. Raiders.
This is going to be an incredibly rough game. You can see it already.
Puck down in the corner. Pedam Shan disrupts that play, comes right out in front. Benko lurking for that loose puck. 3:25 to go here in the period. Wallen gathers it up and dumps it in. Trotter goes back to pick it up. Pollard's coming in on the forecheck. Rimmed around the boards for Welby. Welby gets it out of the zone, and Wilcher chips it by, and Davidson's going to gather up the loose puck for the Steelers. She throws one into the neutralized zone. Scurfield gets it poked off her stick there by Steeler, and it goes into the corner. Is that Morden there? Morden, wow. Heavy shot there, and she's going to take a penalty on Scurfield.
Scurfield's going to get one.
Or is Scurfield getting it? No, it looks like Morden's getting this penalty.
No, it's Scurfield.
It's on Scurfield?
It's got to be.
Nope.
No, it's not. Wow. Well, that's actually
a headshot.
That's actually a pretty favorable penalty to the Raiders. I would have said that should have been a coincidental both ways.
Both ways.
I don't want to
cross-checked her right in the head.
I don't want to talk bad about my team, but that's certainly 2 minutes on both sides.
Yeah, Scurfield and Morden were battling there.
Absolutely.
But the retaliation was what the ref saw.
Yeah,
so.
that's true, and that's why I was saying earlier about the four-man system. It's just unfortunate she's got a lot looking at, and you're not able to just watch two players for a course of 30 seconds.
So 2:52 to go here in the first period of play. The Raiders on another power play. This is their fourth power play. They've gone 0 for 3. Hobbs with a shot. Deflected into the corner. Spence on it. She's being bothered there by a couple of Raiders. Clouston there trying to dig that puck free alongside Hobbs and Matthews. Puck does come free. Matthews gathers it up. Matthews circling against some pressure, gets to the line for Williams. Williams, D-to-D for Borbandi. Borbandi, had Matthews streaking for the far post, just couldn't get it. Matthews and Clouston doing some good work there. Hobbs prevents a clear. Back to the line for Borbandi. Borbandi looking for a lane. Can't find one. Hits Hobbs. Hobbs takes a whack from the captain right out in front. Pollard
dumps Hobbs
Matthews.
on top of Mitchell.
Won't like that. The goalie won't like her own player dumping someone on her.
Was that a cross-check on that last penalty,
It
Peter?
was a cross-check, yeah. So Welby, Croson, and Wilcher out now for the 1:20 left in this penalty to Morden. Elliott and Trotter out on D. Raiders will see if they can get some more shots on goal. It's 9-6 right now, but 1-0 on the scoreboard. Welby settles in to take the draw. Welby's getting kicked out. I don't know why Welby got kicked out there. Why? Because we went in late to talk to the official.
Possibly.
Croson in to take this draw. Croson wins it cleanly. And Elliott gathers it up. She chips it around.
Jaden Morden, 2 minutes for cross-checking.
Good job there by Wilcher. Kept that puck free. Comes to the line. Pinching down is Elliott. She keeps it in. Wilcher has it. Wilcher pinched off. Contains the puck. Gets it back to Trotter. Trotter. Oh, don't do that. Trotter with a blind back pass. Scott has it. She's got traffic there with Wilcher. Wilcher and Croson trying to poke the puck free with 52 seconds to go here in the penalty. Raiders trying to get the puck free, and they finally do. Wilcher in on the forecheck now. Tried to get that loose puck, can't do it. Comes to the line and goes all the way down the ice. Kieran out to stop it. Pedam Shan going to gather up the loose puck. She's going to survey the action. Elliott circles. Pass from Pedam Shan right up to Elliott. Elliott with some room. Dumps it in deep. Raiders go in on the forecheck. Boerbandy there. Kept in at the line by Santos, but unfortunately Santos couldn't keep it in as it hopped over his stick. She gets it back to Scurfield. Scurfield up to Benko. Benko hits Boerbandy. Boerbandy enters the zone. Boerbandy circles. Comes around. Hits Scurfield. Scurfield with a lane. Benko with a second shot right into the goaltender. And there's a penalty coming up as Pedam Shan got head contact by, looks like by number 8. So this referee again calling the 4-minute head contacts all day. 2 minutes for head contact. And the Raiders now with a glorious opportunity, first penalty had expired. So they're going right back to the power play. And out comes the Clouston line. So 52 seconds to go. I think we've only played about 4 minutes of even strength time here.
Steelers
comes back to line 8. For Santos. Santos looking for a lane.
Man. 2 minutes for
throws one through.
Time of the penalty,
can't find anybody. Raiders get it back at the line. Santos with a diving play, but it comes free and dumped all the way down the ice. Kieran out to play it for the Raiders. She's going to stop that one. That was rolling right over her stick, but Santos gathers it up. Santos surveys Morden in on the forecheck, gets a pass up, hits the Raiders, and Matthews enters the zone with Hobbs, but it went right into Hobbs' feet, and that's offside. 22.9 seconds here, 1:30 in the penalty.
Just a slight delay on the blue line and threw off the other attacking winger. Just some communication there as they're coming up to the neutral ice. So out comes the Kyber Bandy line for the next 23 seconds.
Raiders get control off the draw, but a great forecheck by Morden disrupts that, and it goes all the way down the ice. One last rush for the Raiders here in this period with 15 seconds to go. Giveaway back behind the net. Morden has it out in front. Dangerous place there with Craig lurking. Chipped up. Benko now. 2-on-1 with 5 seconds to go. And that's going to do it. So the Raiders couldn't get a shot off on the 2-on-1 there with 5 seconds to go. 1:08 will be left in that power play to start the next period, and the Raiders take a 1-0 deficit on a breakaway goal by Pollard into the intermission.
Well, definitely what we talked about earlier, just with the calls. It's been actually pretty even, to be honest, on both sides. Just if you're going to do something, definitely this referee doesn't. Obviously, the Steelers coach talking right now with the referee, but anything with this referee, we've had her all year long. Anything on the head is going to be a call. 4-minute calls will be called multiple times this game. If it looks a little bit vicious at all, it's not an intent to injure at her. It's just basically any kind of head contacts for sure too, and if it looks kind of premeditated, if you will, it's another 2. And we've kind of learned all year long, got to be careful with this ref. I mean, it's not a bad thing. We're trying to keep the players safe, but I definitely think she's going to have her work cut out for us, because behind the play is pretty vicious right now, and we knew it would be. I mean, these are two teams. I mean, obviously one of these teams is on the brink of elimination this year, so they're not going to just get pounded around. They're going to push back. So anyway, 10-6 for the Raiders in the first period, but down 1. Not a bad start for the Raiders. I think we got something to build from here.
Steelers didn't get a shot for the last 8 minutes of that period.
Is that right?
That's
well, we had quite a few penalties as well.
Quite a few penalties, but
plays.
Again, Raiders are doing a good job of keeping it in the one end of the rink, and outside of that one breakaway, they only had 2 scoring chances in the period, where I think we had about 4. So we've got to get more pucks to the front of the net, more bodies in front, take away the eyes of the keeper, and when we have a 2-on-1, we got to capitalize.
Yeah, I think that's the big one, is just getting some more shots. Even that last sequence there with 4 or 5 seconds left, we seem to be looking for the pass a lot versus just shooting that at the net and the other winger crashed the net. But I'm sure Coach Boerbandy will make some adjustments in between periods, and we'll come back out in a few minutes. So until we will sign off for a little bit, and we'll let the Zamboni do
All right, Zamboni's done. Teams are going to be returning to the ice momentarily. First period of play started a little bit sluggishly, and then it was the parade to the penalty box, Jason, that really took over the pace of play here. Lots of special teams time for everybody.
Yeah, really both teams. I definitely think both coaching staffs will make a small adjustment. It's just we've just fortunately seen this referee a little bit more than the Steelers have. You can play a rough game, but as soon as anything touches your head, you're guaranteed a penalty, and the retaliation penalties are going to be called. So. But anyways, the Raiders have 1:08 left on their power play on that last penalty to, I don't remember who that penalty was on Lloyd. So, yeah, hopefully we can get something going. Raiders just kind of hitting the ice now. A fair bit of water on the ice. Hopefully the referee notices that and maybe just slows things down just a tad before the puck's dropped.
Julie was just saying someone took my camera down behind the net.
It's behind there. I can see it.
I can't see it.
Yeah, it is. It's right beside the stanchion.
Oh, she put it back up.
So we'll see what the Raiders come back with in this period. We definitely be nice to get a goal here in the first minutes of this power play, get back in this game. I think both teams obviously probably gripping the sticks a little bit more. Anytime your year could end on a series, it always gets a little bit more, girls get a little bit more nervous. A lot of the first-year girls that have never played at this level, you add in the playoff apt about it, and things just get a little bit more interesting. But
well, the Raiders are starting off with Borbandi, Benko, and Pedamshan alongside Abby Borbandi, and it looks like is that Genesee Williams or is that Santos?
I think it's Santos.
I think it's Santos.
The Steelers got Craig, who's been a big part of their penalty kill all night tonight. Spence, Scott, and Pollard, I believe.
Got to be careful at the end of this power play. Who's coming out of the box? And we're 20 minutes on the clock. Second period just about to get underway. Raiders down 1-0. Power play, though. Borbandi pushes that free, but it went right to a Steeler player, and they dumped it down the ice. Borbandi
Lots
threw
of
that
water
back
on the
behind
ice
the net.
still.
That was a little bit lackadaisical, and now the Raiders have some room. Borbandi is going to skate it in. Again,
Already some sticky pucks.
Ice. Yeah, sticky ice here. Benko has it. She throws it back to the line. Santos over to Borbandi. Borbandi through traffic. Deflects just onto the pad of the goaltender. Good play there by the Raiders. Just get a puck to net, look for some sticks. Back down into the corner for Benko. Benko had Borbandi going to the back post. Borbandi out in front. Right out in front. Rebound. Score!
Raiders
the
score!
Raiders get one away.
Pedamshan!
Pedamshan puts the rebound in. Power play goal for the Raiders. Time of that goal, 19-19, so 41 seconds into the second period. The Raiders tie up the game. I've got that one, Pedamshan from Borbandi and Benko. One. Raiders tie the game up here early in the second period. Welby and Morden out. Mann gathers up the puck.
Smarter on our own end tonight. We're just seeming to make a lot of
Kieran
passes
immediately
that just don't need to be made.
Kieran immediately threw. She might be bleeding. She immediately threw stuff off, and she's holding her head up. See if she's bleeding on the
Might have
ear.
got a stick up in the high of the neck.
Yeah.
So the Raiders back in this game now, a 1-1 game. Shots on goal for the Raiders, 12. Steelers are 7, but this is a little concerning for the Raiders with Ali Kieran. We're kind of unsure from the top. It looks like she's maybe touching her neck a little bit. Maybe a high stick that just came through from a Steeler player or even a Raider player.
She
or
got
maybe
a skate from a Raider player.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, looks like she got a skate from a Raider player.
Man,
so
it was
hopefully
just the other night in the NHL that a player, looks like she's going to stay in. So Allie Kieran going to stay in, but I always hear the girls frustrated about the neck protectors and stuff, but man, I'll tell you what, even after that NHL injury this week with, it was like 18 or 20 stitches and just about lost his eye.
Yeah.
I can't recall the guy's name.
90 stitches.
90?
90
Oh,
stitches.
man.
It was Boychuk.
Oh, it was Boychuk.
Yeah, for the Bruins.
Well, that's big news for the Raiders, for Allie Kieran to be able to stay back in.
She settled in. 18:09 on the clock. Scramble draw. Comes back to the line. Poked back in behind the net. Santos chips that one. Comes right to Scott at the blue line. Through traffic.
Ooh.
Good deflection by Santos, and that comes to the line, and now outskates Hobbs. Hobbs hits the line. Goes by. Pinched off by Oakes. That was a good pinch off by Oakes. Rimmed around the boards. And a good push there by Skerfield to not take a penalty, but to get that puck free. Shot by Klusen goes wide, and McKibben's on it. She throws it back in the corner. Scott has it. She rims it around, and the Raiders keep it in. Thrown back in the corner for Kaylee. Kaylee battling hard. She's got Skerfield at the point. Comes back to Elliott. Elliott throws one through traffic. Bobbling around out in front. A backhand there by McKibben goes wide, but a great job by both Kaylee and Ingram to keep that puck going on the half boards. Comes back to Elliott at the line. Throws one through traffic, patted aside. Raiders with a good shift here. Kaylee now with the puck on the corner. She's got on the half boards. Thrown back into the corner, and McKibben's back on the forecheck. 17 minutes even to go here. Raiders gather the puck up in the neutralized zone. Elliott under some pressure. Petum Shannon. I don't know what that hit, but that hit a odd spot on the ice as well, and it stopped dead. Robertson throws that one back up and has a player in the neutralized zone. Welch dumps that in. It goes back behind the net. Elliott out to play it. Lost the handle on it, but she got it over to Borbandy. Borbandy hits Benko. Benko
Great
now with
pass.
Petum Shan. 2-on-1 brewing. Petum Shan enters the zone. Nice pass. Petum Shan just couldn't get up over top.
Wow.
Great
that was
job by Benko and Petum Shan to get a shot away, and a great save by the goaltender.
What really impressed me on that play was actually Kyber Bandy threads the needle through about 4 players right onto Banko's stick, tape to tape, and then Banko makes a great play to Petumshan and just couldn't get it another 2 inches higher. It was in the back of the net.
You betcha. Keep that play up there, and we're going to take the lead. Williams has the puck. She circles behind the net. Poked off her stick, and Borbandy now in on the forecheck. She's going to actually skate backwards because no one was covering off. We had 2 forwards covering off the D, and finally Abby Borbandy gets back. She puts a pass up to Petum Shan, misses her, and it comes down the ice. Mann gathers it up in her own zone for the Steelers. She goes, hits number 8. 8 throws one into the zone, and Williams is going to go back. Robertson bothering her. Williams puts it back behind the net for Borbandy, who rims it around. Can't get it by Davidson. Davidson throws one through traffic. Kieran scoops that up. No rebound. 15:46 to go here. Shots 15-7 in favor of the Raiders, and really the pace of play over the last maybe 20 minutes of this game has been 90% Raiders.
Yeah, the Raiders seem to be getting a little bit more comfortable, but you know what, the Steelers, they've got a couple of incredibly dangerous players on their lineup, and you got to watch every time.
Skerfield gathers the puck up off the zone, gets it into the center ice zone, and Welby pokes it in. She's now in the corner. She has Wilcher out front. Can't get the pass across to her. Dumps it back into the zone. Croson now in on the forecheck. Can't get it by, and out skates the Steelers. Good back check there by Wilcher, and she pokes that puck free, and she gets it in deep. Welby now in on the forecheck. Welby gets the puck free and it's in her skates. Right out in front, a good wraparound attempt by Wilcher. Comes back to Skerfield. Skerfield,
had the
tried
time,
a quick shot,
had the time.
just fanned on it, and it's 3-on-2 the other way. Comes into the zone. Santos is going to get that one as the Steelers were changing. Santos gathers up the loose puck, chips it into the neutralized zone. Oakes dumps it back in. Pollard was offside, and the Skerfield's going to have a chance. She's going to lift one up. Smart area pass. Gets Matthews, and Matthews enters the zone. Outstrengths her person, gets the puck on the board. Hobbs with a nice move. Goes against some traffic and has it in on the boards. Matthews and Hobbs battling hard in the corner. Morden in there trying to get the loose puck for the Steelers. Puck comes free, and Klusen gets it back to the line. Trotter across to Elliott. Elliott chips one through, and that one goes up off of Scott and into the netting. We'll have a face-off deep with 14:27.
The Raiders seem to be getting a few more chances, more I guess, better quality scoring chances from time to time. Winning a few more battles along the wall, winning a little bit more behind the net, and making some better, smarter plays on our own end.
Ingram scrambled that draw. Eiley gets it free. Patterson in a race versus Trotter. Trotter wins that one easily, has it in the corner. Holds that one there. Good strength on her stick to get that puck up. Out skates the Raiders. And now Kaylee goes one-on-one. She goes wide, has McKibben in the slot. McKibben could have called for that one. She would have had a great chance. Comes back to the line. Borbandy over to Williams. In her feet, though. Got to be careful. Lucky that the Raiders didn't have a 2-on-1 the other direction. The captain, Spence, gets it up, tries a pass, can't find there. Benko now has it. She pokes it into the zone. That comes into the neutral ice, and now Borbandy has it, and she skates in. Abby was off, or Kai was still offside, and they had to regroup. Comes into the neutral ice zone, and that could be icing.
It's not. He called it off, apparently.
Wow. I don't know why they called that one off. Neither defenseman could have got it, and it went almost into the open bench of the Steelers. Steelers now on the forecheck. They get a hold of the puck. Morton tries a shot, tries a second one, comes right out in front. A great diving play by Santos. Shot comes in, that goes back behind the net. Borbandy pokes that puck free, and she's going to settle it out, and she's going to rifle that down the ice and settle the play here. As Craig and Morton had a great shift.
Well, that's exactly what I was talking about earlier. I mean, yeah, the Raiders have had a little bit of more of the pressure, but Morton, Craig, Sandberg, Spence, Scott, I mean, they're a dangerous, if any time one of those girls is on the ice, you really got to watch them, and definitely you can't let Morton come back up through the middle like that.
Santos, though, with a great stick. That was a saving grace against Craig. Morton stays out for a double shift here. Sandberg wins the draw, gets it back to Mann. Mann throws him through traffic. Kieran steers that aside with her pad. Goes in the corner. Trotter pushing hard against Robertson. Croson gets that puck free, but it goes right to a Steeler. They throw it back towards the net. Goes into the corner. Morton puts it back behind the net. Trotter now can't get to that puck. Croson trying to get it free. She's dumped, but Morton's on the puck for the Steelers. Morton back behind the net. Tries to get free. Throws one back across the grain, and Sandberg just couldn't get that. Welby now exits the zone, gets it to the line, and that's chipped down the ice. No icing as the Raiders go for a change. Out comes the Clewiston line, and it comes into the neutralized zone. Robertson has it. She's battling against Santos. Raiders gather up the loose puck and have it out in front of their own net. Long stretch pass. Just missed Hobbs, and that's going to be icing. Hobbs just couldn't get a stick on that one. A great stretch pass, though, from Scurfield. Just couldn't hit the streaking Hobbs.
Well, good communication there, basically. As soon as it looked like Krista was going to get that puck, Hobbs was screaming up the middle, so great job by the Raiders.
Comes right back to the point. Scott, great save by Kieran. She blockers that one up and off the netting. Fantastic save there. Right off the drawn up play. You can hear Borbandy saying, you got to get out there.
Yeah, it's a slight win. I was a full win on the Steelers. But, yeah, you got to get in front. That outside winger has got to get to that defenseman just like that.
Exactly, and that was the exact same play, but we got the winger in there, and it broke up that play, and it comes back behind the net. Scurfield puts a nice pass up, hits Matthews with speed, hits center ice. 3-on-2. Hobbs in.
By herself.
Shot. Yes! Scores! Backhander! Claire Hobbs with the goal to give the Raiders the lead. All set up by the face-off where we got in the lane and got the puck and then skated back the other direction. 3-on-2. Hobbs drives the net, contains the puck, puts a nice backhander, and it fooled the goalie as it was a little bit off speed. 2-1, the Raiders lead. 15-10, the shots on goal. Borbandy out there alongside Pedam Shan now, and the Raiders look to add. Benko in on the puck. Back into the corner. Borbandy gathers it up. She goes back to the point for Williams. Williams shot through traffic, deflects out in front. Pedam Shan dumped out in front. No call. Raiders on the puck. Benko gets that back to the line, and Williams has it. She throws a shot towards, And the goaltender looking for the loose puck still. No, the loose puck still. Why are you blowing that? Goaltender was down. Looks like she might have lost some equipment, and that's why the referee blew it. Molly Mitchell.
We got a little confusion. Sorry, I keep getting in the camera. I'm looking down into the penalty box to see who the scorer of that goal. We definitely know it was Claire Hobbs.
But
they've got Ingram and Clouston, but it's
no, it was number 4.
Yeah,
it was Skurfield and Clouston. Skurfield got the outlet pass up to Clouston, who brought it into the zone, who got it back to Hobbs.
Yeah, it was Clouston on the face-off.
Shot goes into the corner. Kaylee in on it. She chips it back. Can't get it back to the point, though, and Steelers try to get it by Trotter. Trotter doesn't get it by. Trotter battling hard alongside the Raiders bench, and it comes back to Elliott. Elliott with a long stretch pass. Misses everybody. No icing. And Mitchell's going to hold that up with 2 Raiders right Johnny on the spot looking for a loose puck. 10:54 to go, 17-10 the shots on goal, 2-1 on the scoreboard in favor of the Rocky Mountain Raiders.
I have a feeling that Jordan Matthews was in on that one. Yeah. It's got to be 21 from 16 and 22, or
Raiders with some pressure here, have it. Goes back behind the net. Croson now in on the forecheck versus Davidson. Davidson couldn't get it beyond the line, kept in. Dump back in, and Mitchell stops that, reverses. Croson in again on the forecheck, keeps that along the half boards. Croson doing some dynamite work here on this line. Goes back to Santos. Santos, though, running some really good interference there. Skurfield gathers up the loose puck in her own zone. Gives the puck away, though, right out in front, and the Raiders now turning around the other direction. This goal-scoring line has it, and Matthews, 2-on-2, throws one towards the net. Clouston there takes a whack at it, but the goaltender kept that shot up.
Still some confusion on that last goal for the Raiders. I believe I would say it would be 21 for sure from 16. We're just looking at some video. I'll let Peter do that. I can call the play here. Clouston coming in to take the draw against Morden. 2 U of A future players. Clouston now in the corner. She's got time, passes it out front just through the middle. Nobody was there. Pollard go back behind the net to Scott. Scott turns, goes back the other way. She's looking for an open and almost hits Gilby. Williams puts it back in. Clouston on chase against Scott. Scott rims it around, and 22 of the Steelers tries to make the long pass. It doesn't get there, but it looks like they're going to wait. No. Sandberg holds it in. Now Banco goes back to get it. Banco's pushes it along the boards, follows it up. Morden picks it up, a little back pass to Gilby. Sandberg now in the corner. Williams on her. Borbandi had time but didn't realize it. Now Claire Hobbs passes up to Banco. Banco up by herself. Tries to do a little toe drag. Doesn't quite get there. Kaya Borbandi now gets the puck. Pettimsham does a great job holding it in. Pettimsham tries to force it over. The Steelers are all centered in the middle of the ice. Elliott puts it back in.
So the goal, I definitely have the goal now. It is Hobbs from Matthews and Clouston. Kieran steers that aside into the corner. Right out in front, a couple of Steelers were all alone out in front. The puck couldn't get there and chipped in. Now Pettimsham in on the forecheck. Pettimsham has Ingram out in front, rims it around the boards, has Kaylee there. Kaylee gathers that loose puck up, throws it towards the net. Ingram has it, was in her feet though, and she can't get it by, and finally gets the line not out. Pettimsham there as well as Skurfield keeping it in. Skurfield's going to gather that up in the neutral ice and get it back over to Santos, maybe? Nope. She fights through a check and chips it in. She's going to go in on the forecheck. Skurfield in on the forecheck. Goes in, takes a big hit by Davidson. McKibben there. Santos backs off, and now it's 2-on-1. 1-on-2 as well. Kieran plays the puck, leaves it there for a D. Rimmed up around the boards into the line, but not out. Comes back down in deep. Steelers set it up into the neutralized zone. Good block there as Scott tried a quick shot blocked by Kaylee. Good job there by the Raiders to get that puck to the line, but not out. That one steered into the corner, and McKibben's on it. She's going to reverse against some pressure. Takes a little bit of a hit. Puck comes free to Santos. Santos gets it up, and the Raiders get it up and out, and they're going to dump it in and go for a change. Welby going to make the goaltender hold on to that, and the Raiders are getting an offensive zone faceoff with 7:30 to go here in the second period.
Correction on the last goal. Scored by number 21, Claire Hobbs. Assist to number 16, Jordan Matthews, and number 22, Kylie Clouston. So Hobbs from Matthews and Clouston.
Clouston in to take the draw. This line's been dynamite this period. Let's see if they can get another big shift. Clouston with the win. Shot through traffic. Whistles just actually over top of the net. Didn't miss by much. Raiders cycle it back behind the net. Clouston has it. Tried to get it out in front. Can't quite do it. Hobbs now trying to poke that puck free. She does. She has some room in the corner. Reverses it. Tripped up. No call. Wow. Borbandy keeps that puck in, and she's knocked down. This game's getting a little bit feisty. Clouston in there, fighting hard alongside Hobbs. Clouston finally, Spence goes down on top of the puck, and we'll get a whistle.
Well, the Raiders doing a great job. Again, lots of scoring opportunities. The Steelers basically, essentially, when they have those dangerous players, some of them are out right now. Those are the chances when they're getting. I mean, I think the key to the Raiders coaching staff is just keep tabs on Morden, Craig, get in front of the shots on Scott, and that might be somewhat successful.
Steelers gather up the puck and try and skate it out of their own zone. Sandberg chips it up to Morden. Morden, ever dangerous, enters his own. Good stick there, though, by the Raiders. Comes in, they shoot it just wide. Trotter gathers up the puck in the corner, and she rims it around the boards, and Wiltshire is going to try and get there first. She smartly kept on her mark and didn't let her get a stick on it, and it comes into the neutralized zone. Long stretch pass, and the Raiders steal it. Great play by Croson. Croson's been on fire this period as well. She chips it back up to the line, but it didn't stay in for Benko. Benko goes D to D, chipped all the way down, and Santos is going to go back and gather it up as it got shot back in. Santos with a long stretch pass hits Kaya Borbandy, who leaves it there for Petam Shand, who enters the zone. She's has a couple of defenders on her, but comes away with the puck anyways. Chips it into the far corner. Borbandy in on it. Borbandy takes a hit, keeps the puck going though, and she still has the puck. Throws one through traffic. Petam Shand looking for a tip. Almost got it.
Petam Shand's a great addition to Kyber Bandy and Benko. She's a tenacious little player, a little bit smaller in stature, but a big heart, and she can finish plays. She's got great hands down low, and I think that looks like it's the plan is let Benko and Bandy buzz around the outside, try to get pucks to the net, and as you can see earlier with Petam Shand with one goal in the night already.
Kept in at the line. Kaya Borbandy doing a good job on the back check to keep that one from getting anywhere, and loose puck out in front as Scurfield blew a tire. Comes back behind the net. Comes to the line. Petam Shand intercepts that pass, though. Right in the nice lane. And out skates Borbandy. Borbandy to Benko. Benko one-on-one. It's going to go wide. Chips it into the corner. She gets knocked down.
Oh, that's
penalty coming up. That's a little bit of a weak one.
That's a soft one. Yeah, as much as I bleed green, that's a little soft. I'm sure the Steeler parents at home that are watching.
I don't blame them.
I don't
that was
either.
a little bit weak, but you know what? Benko was by her, and she reached out and pushed her, so,
Number 5 for the Steelers.
Number 15 goes Oakes.
I missed what she called that. Was it a trip?
It was a trip, I believe. McKibben tried to get that draw. The Steelers gathered up. The Raiders on the puck, though. Elliott in a one-on-one battle versus Sandberg, but a great back check by Ingram. Ingram enters his own, throws one over to Kaylee, hopped over his stick into the corner, and Kaylee's going to go and grab that loose puck. Ingram has it,
for tripping.
Works against some pressure, and Kaylee gathers up the loose puck. Kaylee puts it to Ingram. Ingram battling, trying to get the puck free, can't do it. Kaylee pressuring in there as well. Minute and 28 to go in the power play, and the ref's telling him to move it. Puck's now squirts free, comes right back to the line.
Whoa!
Elliott keeps it in. Slap shot through some traffic. That was a little bit of a seeing eye shot. Kaylee pushed off the puck.
Morgan Mann, broken stick. She's got to drop it. So now the defensive, not Morgan Mann, that's her dad, Olivia Mann, has a broken stick. So the Steelers have to keep possession and use this as an opportunity.
Out, the goal scorer, Elliott, shot through traffic, found by the goaltender, Mitchell.
Great save by Mitchell. As mentioned, Mann breaks the stick in the corner, just jammed it in there. As a dad, every time I see a broken stick, I just go, oh!
Oh, that's a couple $100 right there.
Well, I don't think sticks. I mean, but the last my daughters bought have all been 50 above, so we haven't broke the 300 yet, thankfully. But man, I don't know who's making money on those, but it's not me.
Hobbs shoots. Oh, that one just whistled over top. Mitchell got a piece of that, and they sent it down the ice. Kieran's going to come out and stop this up for Borbandy. Borbandy with a little bit of pressure from Gilby. She lost the handle on that behind the net. Raiders get the puck free, and Borbandy skates it up. Abby Borbandy with some room. Goes through the center ice. She's got Matthews and Hobbs. Duriez, the speedy Duriez working against Clouston. Clouston doing a good job to muscle her off into the corner.
A head contact for that one.
Clouston's going to get a penalty there. That was a penalty. She kind of held her.
Oh,
2 minutes for holding. Yeah, that was a hold.
Yep.
Kept her from gaining the line and going back across the face of goal. So we're going to play 20 minutes, 20 seconds of 4-on-4 here with 4 minutes to go. Clouston to the box for holding. So that's going to negate the rest of the Raiders' 6th power play. They've gone 1 for 6. And this is the 5th power play, I think, for
Raiders penalty to number 22, Kylie Clouston. 2 minutes for holding. Time of the penalty, 4:08. Clouston for holding.
It's 4-on-4. Ooh, wow. There's a penalty coming up. And the
And a
Raiders
penalty
going to go right back on the power play.
Oh, and then
2 of
even a
them.
trip,
That
maybe.
could be 2 right there. That should be 2, actually. Body contact.
Body-
She's just calling the 1.
Body checking.
Body checking. Sorry. There should have been 2 because Spence absolutely dumped Borbandy there as Borbandy took her feet and was going to cut right back. So that negates the power play. And so with 4 seconds to go in the first penalty, we're going to play
Steelers
4 seconds of
Steelers bench is talking to the referee here. Saying basically got to even this up. It's getting a little crazy. But, again, we've seen this referee all year long. She's going to call this stuff. Unfortunately, we're just a little bit more used to it than the Steelers. That's the one huge thing I have issues with this league is there's no consistency in reffing.
Yeah, it's 4-on-3. Elliott's got to be careful because the girl's coming out of the box. Trotter goes down deep. Elliott should have got that pass.
Steelers penalty.
Good job by
7,
Borbandy to circle against the pressure of Spence. Spence, one of the top defensemen in the league.
Scott for
goes across. Trotter gathers it up. Trotter throws one through traffic, and that one's gloved by Mitchell. That was going up over top of the net, but she settles it down, and we're going to play a minute and 21 of 4-on-4, followed by a brief power play for the Raiders. So there was a 4-second power play for the Raiders.
Yeah.
So I guess we're 1 for 7.
Yeah, we got to get a little bit going here.
At the end of this.
Here we go.
Comes right back out. Oh, Matthews with a quick shot, just whiffed on it. Goes into the far corner. Matthews is getting a penalty there. She took the feet out. Tried to lift the stick up and went right through the feet, and Morden draws a penalty. And now we'll have a face-off coming up deep in the Raiders zone, and that means it's going to be 4-on-3 the other direction. So much like the first period, we have about a 5-minute period of penalty.
Score sheet's going to be full tonight. They might need the second page for the penalties.
Ingram against Morden. Morden pushes it free. Couldn't get it through the feet of Ingram, and comes the line man, settles it down. She goes back to Spence. Spence against Ingram. Comes back. Man looking for a lane. Has Morden out in front. Morden makes a move, throws a backhand towards the net. That goes wide. Man behind the net. Back to the line for Spence. Over to Morden. Morden, slap shot. Hits someone in front.
Hit Craig. She's hurting. That was a hard shot.
That was a hard shot. Craig skating to the bench slowly. Mitchell throws a pass up to Spence as they're trying to catch the Raiders on a line change. Great play there by, it looks like Abby Borbandy as she got in the lane of that pass. And Skirfield's going to have some time. Throws a pass up. Abby Borbandy versus Spence. Kaya Borbandy is going to win the race. She holds it. 18 seconds to go in the first power play, or the first penalty. Whoa. Oh, that one just whistled right over top of the net. Goaltender didn't make the save. Luckily, just rose up over top of the net. In comes Duriez. She leaves it there for Sandberg. Sandberg being bothered on the half boards. It goes down into the corner. It's underneath Sandberg.
Durez has got a hold of
underneath her,
Santos'
and it
stick.
comes free. Comes back to the line for Sandberg. Sandberg rifles one high and wide. Davidson keeps it in, and Scurfield chips it. Santos gathers up the loose puck.
Oh,
Scott.
there's a missed slew foot.
That was a slew foot for sure. Scott got away with that one, and she goes to change. Rimmed around. Raiders get on that loose puck. Welby out there. Welby pokes that puck free, and she's going into the corner. Gets that puck free versus man. She's going to hold it there. Along the half boards. Comes down, and Wilcher gathers up the puck. Wilcher circles against some pressure and goes back into the corner with it. Comes back to the line. Trotter with a shot tipped into the corner. Now the Raiders are 5-on-5. 1 minute to go here in the period. Kept in at the line. Matthews, though, does a good job to disrupt that, and that's offside. Oh, no, not quite. She was in, but
last minute of play
comes back into the neutralized zone. Oh, there's got to be a penalty there. No penalty. Wow, and Matthews skates it up and out. Gets it into the neutralized zone. And a great second effort by McKibben, and she's going to skate it in. McKibben being bothered there by Morden. Morden takes her down. McKibben gathers up the loose puck, though. Morden battling hard in the corner. 35 seconds to go. Ref calling for the players to move it. Finally, the puck gets back to the point for Borbandi. Borbandi with a shot, whistles wide. Kept in by Matthews. She throws it back in the corner. Kaylee in on it. She takes a bump. Ingram there gathers up the puck. Ingram pokes that puck free, and Benko now out on the puck. She goes to Ingram. Ingram leaves it there for Benko. Benko, puck, looking for a lane, throws it out in front, can't find anybody, and it comes to the line. And finally, with 6 seconds to go, the Raiders are going to get an offensive zone faceoff with 3.5 seconds to go here in the second period of play, up 2-1.
Well, good.
Raiders with a great period so far.
Good period for the Raiders, especially with it, the long change this period. You know, sometimes it's tough to, in this barn anyway, you're a good 4 or 5 feet inside of the offensive zone, and sometimes it's tough to get those changes. 3.3 seconds left.
Comes onto the half boards, and that's going to do it. I don't think we're going to get a shot off.
Well, that one going to count kind of at the buzzer.
So 24-12, the shots on goal. The Raiders with basically all the pressure this period, outside of maybe a couple of shots on the power play.
Shots on goal in the second period, Rocky Raiders 14, Lloyd Steelers 6.
Shots on goal, 14-6 in favor of the Raiders here in the second period. So 12-24, the shots on goal. I thought really that Clouston, Matthews, and Hobbs line was the one that really had their engine going here in this period.
Well, that Benko line though as well. I mean, there's definitely 2 lines here. That's the one thing that the Raiders have going for us is we got a little bit. If you try to match us too much, we have another line with the Steelers so far. I mean, there's obviously lots of good players. We just haven't seen much offense other than outside of Morden, who's always dangerous. Craig, Sandberg. And then some defensemen on the point, Scott and Spence.
Scott and Spence. Spence had a great shot.
Yeah.
Kieran found that one.
There's a reason why those girls pulled on provincial jerseys. They're definitely good players. Haley Craig just grabbing some snow. I think she got one in the soft spot in their back. Definitely. That one's. I know Haley Craig. I've coached against her for years. She's not out. She's coming back. So there's no question that she's not out for the game. She might be a little sore in the morning, but that kid. She doesn't quit easily, so I don't see any issues there for the Steeler fans if you're trying to figure out what's going on with Haley.
A little scary moment earlier in the period, though, with Kieran, the goaltender, taking it looked like a skate up high.
Yeah.
And she was holding her neck right away, threw her equipment off, so you knew that something was going on.
Played well the rest of the period, so I think we'll hopefully be okay. But
probably got her on the collar,
yeah.
Right? That's why they always wear that collar. I think we'll be buying a new one if there's a nick in that one. So.
Absolutely.
But a great period overall. The Raiders take a 2-1 lead. Zamboni's out. We're going to take a break, and then we'll come back for the third period of play. Raiders up 2-1.
Okay, we're back for the start of the third. Raiders now with a 2-1 lead with goals by Pedamchan and Hobbs in the second period. Pedamchan's goal was assisted by Abby Burbandy, and the assists on the Claire Hobbs goal were Jordan Matthews and Clouston. So both of those top lines doing some damage already tonight, and hopefully we can see more of that. And Coach Burbandy throws out probably the most dangerous line we've seen tonight as far as scoring goes. That's the newly minted Kaya Burbandy line with Benko and Isabel Pedamchan, which
Pedamchan's kind of playing the role of Yamamoto on that Nugent Hopkins.
Yeah, there you go. Same size stature as
same
well.
Kind of, big engine, goes out, chips pucks loose in the corner, and gets lots of action for the other two to make some room.
On the back end, we have Jocelyn Elliott and Sydney Trotter. Sydney Mount Royal Cougars signing. She'll be playing there next year, as well as Kaya and Benko. So we got 3 Cougars out there.
Steelers chip it in deep. Comes to Trotter. Trotter reverses it into the corner. Steelers on the loose puck. Go back in behind the net. Good job by Borbani to force that puck back. Pedamchan dumped. Comes back to the line. Shot. That was deflected. Rebound. Kieran with a blocker save on Gilby. Goes in the corner. Trotter. Oh, right down the pipe. Scott with a shot. That one's deflected wide. Good pressure here by the Steelers to start this period. Chipped up. Can't get it by the forecheck, though. And finally, the Raiders get a pass out into the neutralized zone. Pedamchan trying to poke a puck free. Does so, and it comes to the line for Borbani. Borbani now with some room. Throws one in towards the
bouncing
glove,
puck.
And that one bounced.
Well, not
a little short hop there.
Not the start the Raiders wanted in the third. Clawed back in the second, but it was all Steelers for the first 48 seconds so far. So out comes the Crowson line with Wilshire and Welby. Got Burbandy and Williams on the back. See if we can get some momentum back here.
Crowson scrambled that draw, but comes back. Pollard again calling for the stretch pass. Borbani did a good job to cut that one off. Now she pinches off Pollard in the corner. Puck comes free, though. Craig hasn't. She goes to the line for Spence. Spence turns with some pressure. Goes back in the corner. Borbani had her stick lifted by Pollard, and it rims around the boards, and Welby's going to have a race here. Lifts up the stick of Mann and gets it back, and the Raiders get it out into the neutral zone.
Too many.
That is.
Yeah, absolutely. Good call.
Ice. Great call by the back linesman.
Steelers.
Mann had started the line change, hopped on, and then couldn't get off in time.
Yep, well.
And the Raiders go on an early power play here with 19:38 to go.
Not exactly what the Steelers were looking for. They came out with all the pressure. Number 10 is going to serve for the Steelers.
I don't think she was on the ice. So Clouston now take the draw. Ref waiting for the penalty to come up on the board. So bench minor for too many men, and the Raiders look to capitalize here on their 8th power play of the game. Clouston in to take the draw. She wins that one. Comes back onto the half boards and into the corner. Clouston gathers up the puck right out in front. Skirfield has some room. Shot blocked. Comes into the neutralize, or comes to Pollard, and Pollard gets it back to Mann. Mann couldn't get that puck by the Raiders, and the Raiders have it on the half boards. Hobbs battling hard, and it goes into the skates of Santos, and Kieran out to play it. Kieran leaves it there for Skirfield. Skirfield surveys as the Raiders with 1:30 here in the penalty. Comes in and hits Clouston. Clouston gathers it up at center and enters the zone. She's going to turn and set up. Drops back. Hits Santos at the line. Santos goes back. Has Ingram. Ingram across. Oh, right out in front to Ingram. Just missed her stick. Morden out there now is to kill the penalty for the Steelers. Have to be aware of that. McKibben knocked down but maintains control of the puck. Chips it back out to Kaylee. Kaylee had gone into the corner to help out. McKibben, though, right out in front. Oh, good deflection right out in front. Still bouncing around. Raiders can't keep it in at the line. It goes all the way down the ice. Kieran's going to stop that up for Trotter. Leaves it there. Trotter surveys the action. Out comes Borbani and Benko, and that's going the length of the ice. Missed everybody as Borbani and Pedamchan got got their lines mixed up.
It's too bad Kaya just need to stick that stick out even just to get a piece of it. She was on the offensive side of the red line, so any kind of a touch would have saved that. But anyway, like I say,
she saw Pedham Shan coming across,
so.
and Pedham Shan stopped, thinking
communication
Borbandy
issue
was going to take it. Raiders scramble the draw, comes free, and good play by Abby Borbandy to get that loose puck. She chips it up the boards. Borbandy has it. She lifts it into Pedham Shan. Pedham Shan had her stick lifted, comes right back to her though, and Benko gathers it up at the line. Wasn't offside as it went into the zone and then brought back on the line, and goes back for Borbandy in her own zone with 16 seconds. One last rush for the Raiders on this power play. Kaya Borbandy puts it up to Benko. Benko back to Abby Borbandy. Borbandy to Benko. Benko comes across, and that's going to come back out. Williams got to be on her game here to get that puck free. Comes free, and Benko couldn't get it out, but Williams does. She takes a firm hit from Morden. Benko gathers it up, and she's now 1-on-2. Throws a shot high up over top of the net. Gilby
Sydney shooting
gathers
again.
it up. Croson puts it back in deep. Pedham Shan now going in for a change. Croson in on the forecheck. Scott turning against the pressure, throws it in the far corner. Raiders doing a good job of keeping pressure on. That's going to be icing on the Steelers, and the Raiders get an offensive zone face-off here with 16:07 in the third period.
Well, not a whole lot of good quality scoring chances on the penalty kill other than the first few seconds. So Steelers doing a pretty good job of containing the middle of the ice and didn't really get a whole punch. So Morden out here against Welby take this face-off.
Morden's played 3.5 minutes of the 4 in this period so far, so I think we're going to see a steady diet of her for the rest of the game. Goes up
into the bench.
Wilcher threw one into the bench, just missed all the coaches.
Went off a stick, but yeah. Well, you know what? If I'm the coaching staff of the Steelers too, I'm gonna lean on some of those players, and it's that time of the year. I mean, even the Raiders, you definitely see more players, certain players that are out more often tonight. Let's just say that.
Borbandy not rolling his lines as religiously as he has in the past. Sandberg got the draw and got it back into the corner. Trotter's going to gather that puck up, chips it up, tries to get it past Morden, can't do so. Morden getting held there by Trotter. Puck's still along the half boards. Welby trying to poke it free. 6 players in there. This is a good time for the ref to call it. Croson got dumped by Morden. She gets the puck free and gets it back behind the net for Welby. Welby stops against some pressure, chips it around the boards, and has it to Trotter, who gets it up to line not out, and Wilcher's going to gather the puck up. Wilcher gets it to center ice and dumps it in and goes for a quick change. Back comes Sandberg. Sandberg trying to catch the Raiders on a little bit of a change, but Scurfield gathers up the loose puck, has it in her feet, knocked down player. The Raiders come away with a loose puck. Oh, that hit a funny bounce on the boards.
Stuck on the boards or something.
So, something's there. Penalty coming up. Kieran skating to the bench. Couldn't make it in time, and the Raiders going back on the power play.
Well, that was the weird behind the net there. I don't know what was going on there. It was like the puck was
Morden
stuck
going
to
back
the
to
boards.
the box. A little bit of an undisciplined play, 180 feet from the net, cross-checking. Didn't like what was happening on the boards and took a little bit of a cross-check after that scrum along the side of the boards.
Well, that's good.
Raiders
That's a
go right
safe
back to
place
the
for
power
the
play.
Raiders to have her. She's a dangerous player.
Clouston gets that draw, has it back to the point for Santos. Santos back to Clouston, back to Scurfield, down to Clouston. Clouston back to the line and all the way down the ice. Kieran's going to play this around the boards. Rims it for Trotter.
Oh, runs over Kieran.
Runs
Nets
over Kieran.
off.
There's no penalty on that. That should have been a penalty. Kieran's going to go get her stick here in a second. Trotter. Oh, rifles one over top of the net.
Kieran's putting her net back on now, grabbing her stick, doing a little cleanup.
That one was an intentional run over by the Steelers. Ref wasn't watching it. Might want to have a brief check with her linesman on that.
Yeah, she wasn't far out of the blue plate. She was inside of the circle for sure. Luckily, I think the Steeler player might have tried to avoid maybe at the last second. It wasn't too bad, but
Kieran pointing out to the linesman that the net's still not on. Kieran's still going, hey, it's still not on.
She's going to fix it herself.
Kieran was busy fixing the net up so she couldn't come out to play the puck. And out come the Raiders. Benko tried to get the loose puck. She pokes it free to Borbandi. Borbandi with some room. Puts a pass up to Benko. Benko enters the zone. Nice move. Tries to get a shot. Can't find a lane. Sandberg rifles that around, but Petam Shan there to get that puck free. Penalty just about over. Raiders on the puck. Borbandi has it.
There's another penalty coming to the Steelers.
Kieran going
Looks
to the
like
net.
it.
Santos back behind the net. Morden trying to poke that one free. Refs just got to blow this dead now. And the Raiders go right back on the power play. Another cross check on the
Number four.
number 4 man going to the penalty box for a cross check. And the Raiders go right back on the power play. 30 shots now for the Raiders. 13 for the Steelers. Get a feeling the Raiders need to capitalize here on one of these power plays. Clifton out with Hobbs. Matthews. Clifton pokes that into the corner. Spence gathers it up. She's under some pressure. Puck squirts free, and Hobbs gathers it up, gets it back to the line. Elliott. Shot. Ooh, that hit Craig right up in the head. Trotter. Craig with some pressure. Right back to Trotter. Trotter up to Matthews. Matthews has some room. Dumps it in. Gets it in, but not far enough, and Craig has it. She's going to loft that down the ice. Comes right back out in front. Kieran settles it for Trotter. Minute and 29 to go here in the penalty. Right up. Hits the skates of Clusen right to Hobbs. Hobbs throws one back in behind the net. Matthews gathers it up. 3 Raiders behind the red line. That's not good for a power play. We need someone out in front. Comes back to the line. Scurfield throws one towards the net. Bouncing puck. Comes right. And a breakaway
Good
by
stick
Pollard.
by
Good
Santos.
stick by Santos.
That's about the 3rd time Scurfield's fallen. I might be double checking her edges.
Yeah, no, most definitely. Raiders now skated out. McKibben with some time and space. Skates the line. That's offside.
That's offside. Yeah.
Welby was in.
Welby.
As McKibben made about 5 moves there at the line, and that was.
Welby held up for the first 2, maybe 3 moves. McKibben made 1 more, and Welby threw her offside.
50 seconds to go in the power play for the Raiders. 11:29 to go here in the period. 2-1, the Raiders lead. You can tell the Steelers are looking for that stretch play for Pollard, as she got 1 on that play earlier in the game.
I don't understand winning a face-off forward on a power play, but anyways.
Borbandi skates it up to center ice. She enters the zone, chips it in deep, and goes in to gather up her own play. Has it behind the net. Back to the line. Has Ingram. Ingram throws one through traffic right out in front. Kept in at the line. And a great job there by Williams. Reaches out and prevents Robertson from going the other direction. Ingram back to the line for Williams. Williams goes D to D for Borbandi. Borbandi throws one across for Ingram. She gathers it up in the corner. She's being bothered there by Spence. Spence pushes that puck free. Helped out there by, right out in front in the skates. Petam Shan there trying to get it, poke that puck free. Can't do it, and that's going to do it for the power play. Petam Shan backhands it. Reverses into the corner. Petam Shan gets it back in behind the net. Welby has it. Welby being bothered there by Spence. Big battle there in the corner.
Penalty coming again to the Steelers by the looks of it.
Spence worked over Welby a little too hard. She had her face pinned against the glass with her hand, and that's a head contact penalty all day with this referee.
I don't think it was head contact. Roughing.
So 10:21 to go here. Raiders on their 9th power play. one for 8 so far. 31 shots. That one gets deflected up and out, and that's going to come outside the line. Raiders will have a face-off in the neutralized zone. Petam Shan out there alongside Borbandi and Benko. Morden out to take the draw for the Steelers. Tried to push
Steelers
free and couldn't do it. And here comes the Steelers. Oakes enters the zone. She throws one towards the net. That's blocked by Trotter. And Borbandi reverses it to Trotter. Trotter skates behind her net, surveys the action, has some room, skates it up and out. Enters the zone. Trotter circles. Goes back to the line for Elliott. Elliott on the backhand of Benko. Benko in down low, gets it back to Elliott. Elliott with room. Shot. Oh, rebound comes right out in front. Great screen by Petam Shan. The goaltender didn't see it. Good shot on net by Elliott to get that one going, and the Raiders have the puck. Back to the line. Elliott keeps that puck in, but it goes over his stick. Circling against Sandberg. Puts the puck up. Dumped in by Benko. Benko could have held on to that.
Played that back to her defenseman maybe.
And back out skates the Steelers. The Steelers with some room. And a good job by Santos to poke the puck off the stick and gets it to Hobbs. Hobbs now with some room. Skates in. She goes into the corner with it. Matthews in on the forecheck as well. Hobbs pokes that free for Matthews. Comes along the half boards. Back to the line for Skurfield. Skurfield dumps it back into the corner. Onto the half boards, and Mann skates away with the puck, can't get it free. Second attempt, and the Steelers get it back to the blue line. Skurfield goes D-to-D for Santos. Santos hits Clouston. Clouston with some speed, enters the zone. She has Hobbs driving for the net. Clouston with a hot shot, rising up over top of the net. Kept in at the line, nope, not quite, and comes out. Borbandy puts it to Wilcher. Wilcher enters the zone, waiting for some help. Has it. 10 seconds to go. In the feet of Craig, and Craig smartly dumps it all the way down the ice, and that's going to do it for the Raiders' 9th power play. Kieran's going to rifle that one around the boards. Good job there by Gilby to poke that puck free. In the ref's skates, and Croson dumps it back behind the net. Borbandy in there to play it. She chips it up. Comes off the stanchions funny, and Williams couldn't poke it free, and the Raiders looked like they might have taken a penalty there as Welby had a stick inside. That could have been a hook. 8:01 to go. 8 minutes to go here in the third period of play. 2-1 Raiders. Outskates Gilby. She's one-on-one versus Williams. Williams doing a good job to tie up her man, and it comes to the line and out. Man goes D-to-D for Davidson. Davidson puts a pass through, and Gilby dumps it in deep. Kieran stops that one and leaves it there for Borbandy. Borbandy surveys the action. She throws a pass up the middle. Morden picked that off, but it had it in her skates and doesn't go anywhere. Ingram couldn't pick that loose puck up. Robertson chips it up. That goes nowhere. Dumped in deep. Good job by Davidson to negate an icing call.
Yeah, actually, I was just going to say that. Too bad that Borbandy didn't take 2 more steps, but worked out just the same.
Spence back at her own center line, circling back in her own zone, goes to Mann. Mann looking for Sandberg. Sandberg dunks it in deep. Elliott not going back behind the net to get the puck. I don't know why she left out front. Petam Shan chips it, can't get it by, and a good second effort by
Steelers making a push here.
Ooh. Too many men, maybe? Nope. Smartly didn't
just
come off
hit
the
her
bench.
feet, so good call by the referee.
McKibben now gets it out to Benko. Benko with some time. Oh, hit a skate out in front. Good chance there for Benko. Following up a good shot. And the Raiders hard on it. Matthews with some time. Oh, circled that one to Clouston. Clouston couldn't gather that puck up, but back checks well. And it goes all the way down the ice. No icing. Skurfield on the puck. Pollard forcing her, but good job by Skurfield to get the puck up. And a nice area pass. Goes into the center ice. Oakes gathers it up. Craig misses that totally, and that could be icing, and it should be, and it will be. 6:06 to go. 32-13, the shots on goal.
Well, the Steelers definitely making a push now. They're getting into desperation mode a little bit, and we're seeing a lot of familiar players come out. And you know what? They're playing a great game. They're making this. Oh, now the referee's making the Steelers change back up. Maybe a late change. Looks like they got most of who they wanted out.
Croson out alongside. Raiders get control off the draw. Good job by Borbandy to keep that puck in at the line and not prevent anything coming back the other direction. Welby dumps it back in deep. Croson in on the forecheck alongside Wilcher. Comes to the line again. Welby with a great back check. Gets that puck away from Welby. Croson now with some space up the middle. Leaves it there. Welby with a try. Welby puts it back in behind the net. Goaltender trying to gather that puck up. And there's a penalty coming up as it looks like Scott dumped someone behind the net.
I was going to say one of the Raiders get it, I think. Yeah.
Welby's going to go to the box here. 2 minutes for slashing for Welby. I didn't see it, but I'll believe it.
Steeler parents all clapping.
Oh, they deserved a break.
I
We've
think
gotten
so,
all the
yeah.
breaks here in the third period. So
Absolutely.
the Raiders with a task to kill off this penalty. And Morden, Sandberg, Craig, Spence, and Scott comes to Kieran. She puts it back. Trotter rims it around, can't get it out of the zone. Scott keeps it in. Goes across to Spence.
Raiders penalty number 8.
Good play there by Benko to keep that on the half boards. Morden takes a big slash at Benko. Morden with a slap shot. That one's blocked. Goes into the corner, and Bandy rifles that down the ice. Benko hard on the forecheck. 1:38 to go here in the penalty. Benko on the forecheck here against Spence. Comes all the way down the ice. Scurfield, no ice. Santos is going to gather the puck up. She rims it around. Morden keeps it at the line. Benko bothering Morden, and Sandberg has it in the corner. She goes back to the line. No one at home. And it goes all the way down.
Lucky break for the Raiders.
And out comes Pedam and Clouston to kill the second half of this penalty, and we get a full line change in. Good job there by Clouston to interrupt play for Duriez. Duriez couldn't find the loose puck, and Pedam throws that one into the neutral ice. Clouston chips it, and she's going to go. She's got a little bit of moxie here. Mann's going to try and beat her to the puck. Can't. And Clouston holds it there. Clouston with a good job to kill a few seconds. Pedam tried to get that puck, and Robertson enters the zone. She's going to look for a shot. Blocked there by Borbandy. Goes back behind the net. Borbandy has the loose puck, and she's going to try and get this one up and out into the neutral ice. That hit.
Raiders need a change. They got one.
Robertson enters the zone. She has Pollard with her. Comes right into the neutral ice, or middle of the ice, and Williams does a good job to put it to the side of the
25 seconds left on the power
Williams
play.
doing a great job there. Duriez, great block shot there by Abby Borbandy, who needed to change desperately. Got it with that blocked shot.
Well, good penalty kill sequence for the Raiders. We haven't killed a lot of penalties tonight. In the first period, it was pretty even, but it's been mostly power plays for the Raiders. So we're just making a few changes here.
And back out comes the first power play.
3 minutes and 57 seconds left in the game.
Right back to the line. Davidson has it. She goes on the half boards for Morden. Morden looking for a lane, shoots. Kieran got hit in front. Not sure what happened there. Let's look at the replay and see how Kieran got hit. Kieran got a stick from one of the Steelers.
Elliott and one of the Steelers were fighting
one of the
in front
Steelers
there.
were fighting in front, and she got the butt end of a stick. "12 seconds to go in the penalty. Raiders look to kill this one off. Craig gathers up the loose puck off the scramble draw back to Davidson. Goes D to D, shot through traffic. Morden on the boards. Morden into the corner, working back. Craig back to the line for Davidson, and that's going to do it for the power play. Shot through traffic. Raiders find the puck.
Job by Trotter.
Trotter found that loose puck and got it all the way down the ice. Icing is that the penalty had just expired.
We'll take that any day. It gives Coach Borbandy a chance to get the lines figured out, settled up, get his matchups he wants, and out comes the Benko line again, just to restore a little bit of momentum for the Raiders.
3:26 to go here in the third period, 2-1. Scramble draw. Comes right out in front. Raiders settle it down. Can't get it out of the zone, though. Great stick there by Eiley. And it's on the half boards, and Scurfield tried to muscle her way out.
Tell you what, the Raiders have got to get going here. It's been mostly Steelers for the last couple of minutes.
Great play by Scurfield there to stop that, and the Raiders should have had a penalty there as Benko got dumped. A desperate Steelers team looking for some offense. Benko has it. She's going to skate it up. Throws it in smartly. Left there by the keeper, and back on the forecheck comes the Clouston line. That one's going to go all the way down the ice on an icing, and that should be with 2:40 to go, an offensive zone faceoff for the Raiders.
Well, the Steelers giving the Raiders all they can handle right now, really. I mean, it's been mostly the Steelers are playing with some desperation. Seen a lot of familiar faces out. The coaches are definitely trying to get their top players out there, and it's making a difference. They're definitely coming back, and it's going to be an interesting finish to this game.
Scramble draw. Steelers gathered up, and they're going to look for that area pass again. Took a funny hop off the stanchions, and Williams comes in. She's going to drive the net.
Oh, she's got to watch.
Hobbs
She's got to
does a good
watch.
job.
Yeah, she's just took a penalty. Williams just unneeded, 200 feet from the net.
And the Raiders now with 2:17 to go have to kill another penalty as Genesee Williams, 200 feet from the net's taking a
Just
body contact,
unneeded.
body checking call.
That's not the penalty we needed. It was the puck wasn't even near her, unfortunately.
Yeah, didn't need to take that penalty, but she did. And now the Raiders facing the vaunted penalty power play from the Steelers. Morden out there alongside Craig. Onto the half boards. Trotter gathers up the loose puck, rims it around the boards. Kaya Borbandy right there. Can't get it out. Man throws one through traffic. Trotter doing a great job to deflect that into the corner. Shot goes around. Craig dumped out in front. It skips over Spence's stick out into the neutral ice zone. Man gathers it up. 1:58 to go here in the third period of play. Benko gets that puck free and puts it back down in.
You have to think
the other
the
end.
Steelers are going to look to pull a goalie here maybe too soon.
Matthews, all the time in the world, and puts it right into Pollard. And now Morden had an opportunity, but had it just come off her stick.
Good job by Trotter.
Trotter finds the lane, puts it all the way down the ice. 1:34 to go. We'll watch to see if the keeper comes out as the play goes up. She's looking to the bench. Borbandy did a good job to intercept that play, and Clouston.
Offside.
That's offside, way offside. Morden did a great job to keep that puck up, and Scott goes back with the net empty. 1:15 to go. 56 seconds to go in the penalty for the Raiders, and it comes to the line. Santos. Oh, got to get out of the way, ref. The Raiders, Clouston trying. Sorry, we lost the internet again. 43 seconds to go. And the Raiders, with 25 seconds to go in the penalty, are doing a good job of killing this. Back into the far zone it goes. 34 seconds to go. 15 seconds to go in Williams' penalty. Kaya Borbandy out. And she stops that puck up, and Benko tries to poke the puck free. Shoots, just whistles wide of the empty net. Benko now, Craig whistles it around with 25 seconds to go, and Trotter has it. She rims it back around. Matthews and Benko. Benko had it chipped off her puck, and it comes back into the neutral ice zone. Oh, Morton's got to take
that's got to be a game, maybe.
5 in a game there.
Wow. Head contact, that's it?
That's
a dangerous hit.
That was a dangerous play.
Wow.
But Morton going to the box here. 4 minutes.
4 minute head contact.
4 minute head
with
contact
7
penalty with
seconds
7.5 seconds. The Raiders look to win this game 2-1. Maybe get an insurance marker here in the last 7 seconds.
I can't believe that was a really dangerous hit.
That was a brutal hit. With
Anyways.
7 seconds to go and you're not going to win the game and you throw that, that's got to be a kick out.
Steelers getting kicked out. 16 coming in against Clouston.
Clouston gets the draw, and that's going to do it. 5 seconds to go. And Borbandy chips that one, and that's going to do it. The Raiders take the 2-1 victory and take game 1, 2-1.
Wow, it's a big win for the Raiders. Got a little bit of talking going around behind him. Basically, all stems from that Jaden Morden hit, and I can understand it. I mean, definitely, it's the referee is not hired from the Raiders team. I mean, we've had games exactly like this on us, so unfortunately, it was a little bit more penalties on the Lloyd side. But I'll tell you what, we said it earlier in the game. If you play that game with the fists high up and the hits from behind the cross-check stuff. But that was purely a target at the end of the game, and unfortunately, Jaden's a better player than that. I don't know why she does that, but just the same, the Raiders take the first game of 3, so we're back here tomorrow at noon for
Looking
game
to close
2.
out the series.
Well, hopefully. So yeah, it looks like tempers have settled down a little bit with the parents, but yeah, I don't understand. I certainly would agree with maybe the Lloyd parents being a little upset about the amount of penalties, but I do not agree with them being mad about the 4 minute anytime there's an intent to injure, and that was
Morton should have been kicked out, and then she wouldn't have been able to play tomorrow.
Yeah, I think the ref did her a favor not kicking her out of the game. But
anyways,
so the Raiders win 2-1. Shots on goal ended up being 32-15.
Really, this has been the Raiders game since about the 8-minute mark of the first. We just turned it around after that series of penalties and then that breakaway goal. After that, it's been all Raiders. So, the road to the SO Cup started with a victory, and we'll look forward to putting another one in the bank tomorrow at noon back here at the Scott Seaman Sports Rink. I'm Peter Kieran, and I'm alongside Jason Clouston. We thank you for watching.